Just tuning into the fear, threatening to show its head. And my kidneys and hips and preparing to leave Clandilo. This place has served me since just before Christmas last year, this area. I needed somewhere to hibernate. And it only now seems like I'm ready to come out of my cave. Like I've skipped a season or something, but a lot of healing has transpired during my time here. I've been through so many initiations, battled with witches and warlocks, which that's the truth on one level, but on another level, just gone through experiences to test my initiative and compassion and show me all the ways that I disempower myself and don't factor my needs equally or try to save people. And luckily, Randilo is a small town. There wasn't too much chaos until I brought it with me and touched peace in the midst, and I haven't let go. But anyway, the point of leaving, one, the place I'm staying in, the building is haunted as fuck, mate, and that is my place of rest. I'm not on the clock there, so that's none of my business unless I'm getting paid to dispossess a space or a vessel. I am not that exorcist. Another thing, it's no good for me being on the top floor with no garden anyway. But that space served its purpose. 2, I have done my time here, learned what I needed to learn. It feels like home only because the locus of that feeling, the focal point, is me and my energy field, so I can't make a home here. I need to live by the sea, really, which brings me to point number 3. I need to go in the sea. And that's a perfect way to end and begin. So I'm leaving. I'm going to travel as lightly as possible. Leave the space as tidy as possible. Potentially I could come back because the landlord, Hugh, is a very kind man. If I ever needed a place to stay around here, that is it. But number 4, on the 17th of July, I have to be in Manchester Magistrates Court to stand accused of something which I didn't do. So, past that, I don't know. So I'm preparing and gathering strength, clarity, focus. And the way that I can do that, the most beneficial way that I can do that is to walk some. So I'm making my way up north. And I don't have money. And that brings me on to my 5th point, the 5th reasoning. I'm done being dependent and beholden to the narcissistic entanglement that is my birth name, slave name, governmental relationship, receiving benefits. I'm not actively going to stop my benefit claim, but I'm going to work towards living outside of that. I applied for PIP, personal independence payment, and I was rejected, which showed me I'm not supposed to be trying to just get as much money from the government as possible, holding me in place, and the rent was paid through the government on the space that I'm staying. But I need a fresh break, a clean break, a fresh start. And it's been proven time and time again, I am happy enough living in a tent. It's like, under the right conditions and circumstances, what more would you actually need than to be sleeping on the earth? Have your own little tiny sanctuary. But I'm not going to live in a tent. I'm going to live in a luxurious space with a garden and a fire and a bath and a sauna. The incidental details don't matter, but I know what I ought to expect from this life, in this life. I know what we deserve. I know that comfort is a necessity, not to avoid discomfort, but in the name of relaxation, right? We all deserve a clean, tidy, spacious area where we've got room to dance, where we've got room to prepare lovely food, little corners to sit down and read. I'm from the streets. The streets raised me, but I'm not for the streets. And I need to get well. I need to get better. This town has helped me, but it's also hindered me just as much. And I don't blame the town, I blame who I have been whilst here that brought the challenge. I don't expect not to be challenged in this life, but I'm now realising where I can make my life a lot easier and how easily I unnecessarily just frittered away my energy, just allowed my energy to be used like some sort of on-tap resource. Well, I'm not a barrel of beer. Get your straws out of me. No, you can't stand there like a Capri-Sun and then claim to be a victim when somebody's poking a straw in you. So, I learnt boundaries. I learnt things which I will never forget and which will stand me in good stead going forward, to safeguard, to preserve and protect my talents and gifts, which I am willing to share with the world. For too long, I have allowed my magic to be siphoned naively. Because love is free, right? But there's a difference between receiving and taking. Takers never give. For the last time, I entered a connection which was all sorts of madness. Because sympathy, empathy, see a job, do a job, but you can't just break into someone's house and start fitting a new kitchen for them while they're at work. It doesn't work like that. Just touching the hem of the fabric of the clothes of Jesus Christ healed people. Just walking past people spreads positive energy. So imagine what could be achieved with a small circle of people, all with the same fire, all looking inward. Just 2 people even. Where 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst also. And what I see now is that for most of my life, I've been praying with people who work for the Antichrist. So there was no overlap, no correlation between the prayers that we were offering. We did not work for the same God. But it's enough. It's enough. I'm in the process of crying my last sad tears. For real, when I come out of that ocean, it's game over. Insert new disc. I am excited about what's coming, even though I have no idea. Being able to nothing someone is such a powerful gift and ally. And it seems cold and harsh to be entirely neutral. But if you consider that the more you tried to be positive, the more it would cause you to be negative, right? As in, this is my love beaming out. How is it not reflecting back to me? Oh, because you're taking it. Ooh, do you see, right? So I nothing, all of those ones, ... No names, no details. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I've been through 40 years of bullshit. But how do you think those trees feel, right? They have to live in this world as well. And their voice isn't heard. And they don't get many choices. And their lives lie in the hands of humans. And yet, they nothing us. Or, more to the point, they unconditionally love us. They can't not. So, of course, I unconditionally love everybody I've ever experienced in this life. To bear any ill will or bitterness, to project any negative emotions, and by that I mean consistently, right? You can feel that which is coming through, understand it and discharge it if you want, or keep it circulating. So the point is we keep it moving. We're not slowed down by our thoughts. We're not weighed down by a story about the injustice. Because the real justice is life. You are alive. You are allowed to live. You get to live. Right? What you do with that life is entirely up to you. You can become really proud of your life and polish it like the trophy it is. Or you can sling it in the back of the cupboard with all your worries, with all your tales, growing dust in the dark. I'm so proud of every human, every single human who had the bollocks to be born, to be alive during this time, during the intense consolidation of opposites, where thought forms and ways of being that are ancient are making way for something new. Something which is older than ancient. Before the curse, before the downfall, before the fallen state of man, where materialism superseded spirit. That pyramid is being inverted or leveled. Something. Hierarchy, power, control, hoarding, selfishness, greed, violence. It's all symptomatic of one thing: man's disconnection from the source of creation. Man's ignorance, man's wrong belief that he worships the one true God. The one true God is a God that doesn't call itself the one true God or God. In fact, let's have it straight. That word is a man-made invention. And we can't trust men. We're not compared to creation. Men have created, constructed the world that we currently live in. A world where you can get a kettle, right, with an app on your phone so that you can boil the kettle so it's boiling just as you walk through the door. Yeah. A world where they put courgette in cat food. A world where it doesn't seem like it's okay to just be who you are, muddle your way through life. There's always some objection, right, in the world we live in, to what you say or how you say it or how you dress or how you look at someone. That's half of the story of man's evolution. We have newspapers so that people don't ever have to find anything out with their own inquiring mind. The truth, small t, delivered through your letterbox, you just take it all in. Oh, well, at least I'm safe in the knowledge that I know what's going on in the world today. Yeah, do you? Who are these people writing all this stuff? I don't know them. I don't know their character. I don't know the intentions of the media outlets. Yes, I do. So yeah, today, moving on with no plan, just walking forward into the ocean. Peace.